Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. Today we're going to answer the question, what is the best RC monster truck? And we're going to be looking at the four biggest brands in the RC space. So we're talking the Traxxas Stampede 4x4 VXL. We're going to be talking about the Losi Tenacity MT Pro, the Arrma Granite 4x4 BLX, and the team associated rival MT10. So these are all RTR 2S and 3S capable four-wheel drive monster trucks, electric of course. These are the four biggest brands: Traxxas, Arrma, Losi, team associated, and I've owned all four of these. So I'm going to rank these from fourth to first, talking about basically each vehicle in detail, their pros and cons, and then my overall thoughts, and we'll start with sort of the worst in this space. So at number 4 is the Traxxas Stampede 4x4 VXL. Not a bad car. Actually, all four of these vehicles are actually pretty good cars. I would, say if you picked any of these up, you'd be pretty happy with all of them. But we got to pick a winner, and unfortunately, the Stampede comes in fourth place. The pros of this vehicle: best customer support in the business. Traxxas is super easy to work with. You call them up, they answer the phone right away. If you need parts, if you have a problem with something out of the box, they'll walk you through fixing it. Very, very good customer support. I do think that is kind of built into the price, and we'll talk about that later, but there's no doubt Traxxas has always been the easiest company to deal with. Another pro, best parts availability. Again, as part of the Traxxas experience, you get parts just located everywhere. Pretty much every hobby shop will carry Traxxas parts. They're always in stock. Definitely easy to get parts for when your RC car breaks. That's always really important for a basher. Other nice things are that it has the best upgrade path. It's been on the market a long time, probably close to like 8 or 10 years at this point. And there are tons of upgrades, hop-ups, parts from third-party vendors, from Traxxas themselves. Anything that fits the Slash 4x4 will pretty much fit the Stampede 4x4. They're pretty much the exact same truck, just a little bit different chassis. So if you want to upgrade anything, it's really easy to get stuff to spend more money on this truck. Now the downsides of the Stampede: it's expensive. It's $379. That's on the high end, especially for arguably sort of the lowest equipped vehicle. It's got all plastic drive shafts, all plastic chassis, of course. The whole thing is pretty much all plastic. Not necessarily a bad thing. It's just definitely they didn't spend quite as much money on this vehicle. It's also got fairly weak drive shafts. If you put in any more power, even on 3S, the drive shafts will eventually break. They're not as beefy as the other vehicles, so a bit of a weak drivetrain. It's also not really that great of a handler. It's the smallest of the four of these, flips over pretty easily. It's got the highest center of gravity. Just in the handling department, not the best, and actually probably the worst. And then also on the minuses, very poor shocks. It's got these plastic Ultra shocks that they've been using for like 20 years or something. Just a poor design, all plastic. The shock caps tend to pop off. The springs are hard to get, other springs for, because they're sort of the small 10mm size diameter. So really poor shocks. And the last thing is, it's a dated design. And like I mentioned, it's been around for a really long time. They really haven't updated it. It's not a bad design, but a little bit harder to work on. And some of the newer vehicles, I think, are better overall. So fourth place, the Traxxas Stampede 4x4 VXL. So in third place is going to be the Losi Tenacity MT Pro. So I've got one here in front of us. You may be wondering, what exactly is a Losi Tenacity MT Pro? Well, what happened is Losi currently does not actually offer a 10 scale monster truck. They had their Losi Tenacity line, and they used to sell a Losi Tenacity MT, which is what we have in front of us. And then they basically revamped that line and came out with the Pro version. So the Pro version basically has the aluminum chassis, aluminum shocks, aluminum shock towers, the adjustable turnbuckles. Just a really nice upgrade overall. And so all their current Losi Tenacities come in their Pro version, but unfortunately they only have two versions, which is the DB Pro and the TT Pro, which is like a short course truck. So what I did was I basically took my Losi Tenacity MT, which is their monster truck, and made my own Pro version. which is all the same upgrades that you get on the DB Pro and the TT Pro, but now in monster truck form. So that's what we got here in front of us, the Losi Tenacity MT Pro. So positives of this vehicle: it's got the best handling. It's basically based off the Losi 10 SCTE, which is their race short course truck. And it's pretty much the same design, the same layout and all that kind of stuff. It's not up to their current version, the 3.0. It's really more based on the 1.0 and 2.0. But since it's based off the 10 SCT, it's probably the best handler of this group. Has all metal components, metal chassis, metal drive shafts, metal center shafts, center differential, aluminum shock tires, aluminum shocks. Just really high components overall. It's got Mod 1 gearing as well. So another positive, the Losi Tenacity MT Pro, is that it has a lot of upgrades. Pretty much anything that fits a 10 SCTE will fit this. Now, one thing to note is that this is an all-metric vehicle, whereas the 10 SCT is primarily all SAE. So some of the screws and stuff will fit a little bit differently. You got to watch out for that. But a lot of the upgrades from the 10 SCT will fit this. So you can definitely upgrade this to be even more durable, even faster, better handling, all that good stuff. And the final thing is it has really nice electronics. I've got Arrma electronics in mine, but the latest DB Pro and the latest TT Pro come with their really nice Spectrum components, their smart system. Even the radio is pretty good, the receiver is pretty good and compatible with all the other Spectrum radios. So really nice electronics package in the Tenacity. Now, the downsides of this: first off, it's expensive. The Tenacity Pros are all $430. That is the highest price of this whole group by far. Things like the Team Associate or the Arrma are $300, so there's about $130 more than those. Second thing is the metals are pretty poor. This thing's made in China and it's not got 10 SCTE type level metals. The drive shafts wear pretty quickly. I don't think these the chassis and these shock tires and stuff, they look like they're cast aluminum pieces, not the highest parts. They definitely are not TLR or Losi 10 SCTE type level metals. Also not as durable as the other vehicles. It's really a race truck that they converted into a basher. In my opinion, this is the most suitable for racing, but really the kind of the least suitable for bashing, just because it's really a race truck. I'd say about 50-50, 50% race truck, 50% basher, but the arms, I've broken bulkheads, the bumpers, like I mentioned, the outdrives will wear really fast. So durability wise, a little bit on the lower side. And the last thing is they don't actually make a monster truck right now. Now, you can easily make your own, so buy either the DB Pro or the TT Pro, throw on some bigger wheels and a different body, and you basically have what I have in front of us, which is just a monster truck Pro. But technically, they don't even make this vehicle. I imagine they will come out with one soon, but as of today, you cannot even buy an MT Pro. Okay, in second place, I am going to pick the Team Associate Rival MT10. This came out in the beginning of 2020 as the Team Associate vehicle, but actually has been sold for a little bit longer than that under the Helion Avenge 10MT name, I think is what it was called. So it's actually a vehicle that's been around for a while. Team Associate picked it up from Hobbytown, I guess. That Helion is the Hobbytown house brand. And so Team Associate decided to pick up the exact same vehicle and release it as the Rival MT10. So really nice little truck, a little bit on the smaller side, closer to like a Stampede size than say a Losi Tenacity or even an Arrma Granite size. But really nice truck overall. So positives of this vehicle: excellent value. It costs $300, which is the same price as the Arrma, but in my opinion is a little bit better equipped. The body is really nice, and just the whole vehicle overall is really high quality. Even though it's got plastic chocks, plastic chassis, plastic drive shafts, it's just higher quality overall. Really thick, I think 4mm turnbuckles, really nice machined differential gears. The center differential is super high quality, probably the highest quality diffs I've seen of all of these vehicles. Really nicely made overall. Even the screws are high quality, nice deep hex heads. Overall, just a really high performing and high quality vehicle. Nice electronics. It's got a Reedy SC600 BL, which I believe is a rebranded Hobbywing. It's got a really nice Reedy, I think it's a 3300 kV 4-pole motor. The radio not the best, but but it's adequate. So even comes with like LED lights, 2S, 3S capable, of course. So really nice vehicle overall. On the downsides, the radio not the best, as I mentioned. The brakes are too strong out of the box, although I do have a video on how to turn that down, so you can actually reduce the brakes to get drive a little bit better. The front arms seem to be a little bit weak on the Team Associate version. I'm not sure why. Everyone is breaking these. I've broken the front arms, although it seems like if you get the Helion version, they are actually a little bit better. These have been holding up. I haven't broken a Helion Avenge MT arm, so definitely I think there's a fix for that. Durable truck overall, really fast, and just a lot of fun. Those are my thoughts on the Team Associate Rival MT10. That leaves us with the winner of this comparison. Best 10 scale 2S, 3S electric monster truck, in my opinion, is the Arrma Granite 4x4 BLX. I owned that for about, I think 8 months or a year. Super, super fun truck. Really awesome vehicle. I highly recommend it to anybody. The pros of the Arrma: extreme durability. It definitely lives up to the Arrma name. Extremely, extremely durable. I never broke anything really of substance. I think I broke like a bumper. The body got smashed up a little bit, but overall extremely durable, and really the best in class in my opinion. It was also really fast. It goes a little over 50 miles per hour on 3S. It also runs really well on 2S. It's fun on either LiPo type. Just a lot of fun and very fast. Also has really nice electronics. The Arrma BLX 100 and the 4-pole, I think it's a 3200 kV motor. They run cool, very durable, no real issues with those. So really nice electronics, and I even run Arrma electronics in some of my other vehicles because they're pretty inexpensive and pretty high quality. Really good value. I think they kind of set the bar or reset the bar for what a RTR monster truck is supposed to cost. So when it came out, it was $300. Sometimes it's on sale for a little bit less, like $250, but excellent value for that much performance packed into just a little RTR vehicle. They pretty much undercut the competition, and everyone's just sort of trying to keep up with that $300 price tag. Now on the minuses side, there are a few minuses, but nothing major. First of all, not as many adjustments or upgrades for this vehicle. It's not really a tuner's vehicle. You just kind of buy it, maybe fix a few things like the pillow balls, or the pivot balls or something like that. But overall, you just buy it, run it. If you're a big tinker type guy, there's not a whole lot of upgrades. There's a few things from hot racing, a few little Arrma parts like an adjustable motor mount that you can get. But overall, you pretty much just kind of run it as is. There's a fair amount of slop in the vehicle. It's built to be durable, but that generally means that all the plastics are a little more flexible. They kind of wear out, so it's not, put together quite as well as the other vehicles. It's made in China, but it's sort of the trade-off for being so durable. The last thing is the radio that comes with it, the STX2, or I think they're going to replace it with the XTX3. Not a good radio. I mean, it's usable and you can drive it as such, but a lot of people actually replace the radio. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My pick, the winner of the best monster truck, the Arrma Granite 4x4 BLX. I hope you enjoyed this video. Throw down a comment on what you think is the best monster truck. If you disagree with me, if you think one of these other vehicles is a little better, throw down your opinion. If you like the Arrma Granite, if you've owned one and you think it's good, throw down an opinion. Please like, share, subscribe. As always, thanks for watching, and look for more videos soon.